Now, before we cross over to the coaching call with Scott, I want to tell you about a very special Blab interview that I'm going to be holding on Monday, the 22nd of February at 12 p.m. PST. And in this Blab interview, I'm going to be talking with none other than Ray Edwards. Now, Ray Edwards is a communication strategist, copywriter, author, speaker, and host of one of the top iTunes business podcasts. He has worked with Fortune 500 companies and with some of the most powerful voices in leadership and business. His clients include New York Times bestselling authors Michael Hyatt, author of Platform and co-author of Living Forward, Tony Robbins, author of Unleash the Giant Within and Money, Master the Game, Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, co-authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and Jeff Walker, author of Launch, and many more. Ray's copy and marketing expertise has helped sell an estimated $200 million or more in products and services. Ray is the founder of Ray Edwards International Incorporated, which offers copywriting, consulting and coaching, product launch management, training and instruction. So as you can see, Ray is very highly qualified to be talking on the subject of writing copy that sells. And in fact, Ray is launching a book later this month with that very title, How to Write Copy That Sells. And if you want to find out how to get your hands on a free copy of the paperback version, and all you have to do is just pay for the postage and handling, stay tuned and come along to that interview because we will be showing you how you can get your hands on a copy of this fantastic book. So as you can see, it's going to be a powerful, information-packed interview. As an online course creator, learning copy is just so important because it comes into so many aspects of the work. And as you listen to this episode, you will see where copy comes in and how important it is. Come along to the Blab, attend live, ask questions. Here is your chance to ask questions of a man who is arguably the best copywriting teacher in the business. Jump on and have a live chat. Get your questions answered. Get some clarity. Take advantage of the time this man is giving us. If you want to come along and attend live, go to ECourseDomination.com/Ray Blab. That's RAYBLAB. ECourseDomination.com/Ray Blab. And just click the subscribe button. And then you'll get notification when we go live. So seriously, don't miss it. Subscribe today. Go to ECourseDomination.com/Ray Blab.
How is the online product business going in relation to your brick and mortar business?
Well, it's the online product business isn't going as quickly as I like. I can't commit the time that, because there's a few things I want to do. I've got one sales letter written, but that's just for a totally different thing. But I've got to write my sales page for my massage marketing. I've got to finish that. I can't just jump on to another. I've already got, I don't know how many other great ideas sitting there ready to happen, right? Now, have I told you what I do when I have a great idea?
No.
Because I think this is probably one of the sins that we all suffer from, is that we get halfway through something, we think, oh, no, this idea is better, it's going to be bigger, it's going to make us more money, right? So I'm just going to share, I'll jump over to my email. Here is my little email address that I send stuff to whenever I have a great idea, but I'm in the middle of something, right? Because, you know, like if you think, oh, yeah, that's a great idea, but I'm working on something now, I'll get around to it. And if you don't take a note of it, then it's no good. Now, what I find is that, okay, you can have a file on the computer, you can have a notepad in your pocket, but somewhere along the way, you're not going to always have either or have access to either. So what I've done is I've actually created an email account called Ideas, but basically I send an email to myself. So whenever I have an idea, right, I'm going, so this is this one here I'm going to eventually write a book on another area of expertise and knowledge, and so I've done about natural health, so herbalism and essential oils and how to use that to help with cancer. And we're not talking snake oils and false hope, but that's how to actually do it properly, right? I've been through that twice with my boy, okay? Like a course idea here on so how to put an online course funnel together. So you've created your course, now what? And what are we going through during this training? So what we're doing together is going to probably form the foundation of a future course, right? So basically what we do is like topics and headlines. So I might think of some headlines. And so I just write some headlines down. Okay. So whenever I have these ideas, they just go to this email address. All right. And so that way I can keep on working through the completion of my current project, knowing that those ideas are sitting there waiting for me when I'm ready to pick up my next project, right? So I'm not all split and scattered and going, oh, I'm worried that I'm going to lose this idea. No, I just note it and then I move on. Okay, so that's one thing there.
That's great. That's a great idea. Great idea. I like that.
Because I don't know how many. I know there's a number of people out there who have probably got 4, 5, or 6 half-finished courses or projects, and as we know, like even a 90% finished project is worth squat. Right? Yeah. So my massage marketing course, it's finished. Right. I might have to write a couple of course like module summaries, but in essence, it's ready to rock and roll. The bonuses are done. It's even loaded up on the membership site. It's ready to go. All I've got to do is just tidy up my sales page, and then do the same things. I'm talking to you. I've already got a list of people on that I want to go and eyeball, talk directly to, some local people about affiliates, and then there's other associations I want to talk to about affiliate, send out affiliates and that sort of stuff. So that's the process. But as I said, I've been so busy and taken away with the day-to-day stuff at the brick and mortar business, I haven't had time to sit down and finalize these things, and it's starting to get frustrating. So come the weekend, then I've got 2 podcasts to produce and preparing to interview Ray Edwards on Tuesday morning, and that's going to be an absolute cracker. And maybe that's something that you may want to even invite your mastermind people along to watch that interview, because you're talking about arguably one of the best living copywriters in the business, talking about exactly what we're talking about, writing copy to sell, and that doesn't matter what you're selling. Like, obviously this is going to be more centered on how to sell online courses, but the same, as you know, the same principles apply. And the other thing too is, we're going to talk about this during the call, is then translating or transcribing your course into a book, right? So once again, I'll just go through something very quickly with you, and I'll show you my process, right?
Okay.
So I'll share my screen. Okay. So here I've got something called a free Mp3 converter.
Okay.
And so what I do with that is, here I add the files that I want to have just the audio extracted from, and then I select the output, and I actually work with Wave, because then if I'm taking out audio to use in the course, I say I want to provide an audio file, which is always a good thing too. Like when you're producing your courses, it's always good to give them an audio option as well as a video option.
Okay.
So they can put the audio on their phone, listen to it on their way to work and that sort of stuff. Right? So if I'm doing an audio option, I'll extract the audio out using this tool, and I'll extract it out to Wave, and then I'll use a free program called Levelator here. And what that will do is that sort of just standardizes and equalizes and does all this really funky stuff with the audio.
Okay.
The way I actually it's the way I actually patch all my podcast pieces together, and so that there's no massive ups and downs in volume and all those other qualities that can be really annoying to somebody. Like if you're listening to something sort of patched in here and patched in there, I put all my audio through this thing called Levelator, and then all the audio is standardized and it all sounds the same. So that's the process. So once I've created my audio, I then go to the internet. Now I'll go to the internet. All right. So I'm just going to go to. So then I go. So once I've got my my audio extracted from. help if I could spell. Of course, you can't find that one. I go to a site called VoiceBase. Now, they used to give you like 200 hours of audio free. They've sort of reduced that a little bit. And so basically, you set up an account and you upload your audio. And what I do here is I just ask for a machine translation. And what you'll see is the files that I've already uploaded. Okay, so you can see here, these are the files that I've already uploaded, and it's converted for me, and it's very, very quick. You get the file back within 2 hours.
Okay.
And it's pretty groovy. It actually drags out, identifies some keywords for you if you want to know how rich your content is of keywords. It actually will tell you, and then it actually shows you here. As you can see, it's not 100% correct on Tim Cooper, not Tim Cooper, but you know, it sits about 90 odd, better than 90% accuracy, right?
Okay.
So now I'll swap screens again. So then, oh, hang on a minute. Okay.
And so let's see. So it's free. Did you say it's free up to like?
It's free up to. I think now they give you like 50 hours of audio free, but only about 2 hours of video because you can upload videos directly and it will extract the audio and transcribe the audio there. But it's
but if I go ahead and extract the audio, then I get the full 50 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you come back to. Man, this is. It's even giving me options here of windows that aren't even open. How does that work? Show all. Hang on. Okay, show all windows. That helps. Okay, so then this is the blocky stuff that you. Okay, it looks very scary. There's 5,625 words in there, right? And 6 pages of block A4 text. Lots and lots. Very, very scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then after a bit of time, and it probably takes me about 2 hours, after a couple of hours of saying it's not, you're not starting with a blank slate, and as I said, it is pretty close. And the other thing too is that you can't take just the pure way that you present on audio and just turn it into, it's got to be edited a bit anyway, right? So after a couple of hours, it looks like that. And this particular segment of it is 3,132 words. Like the actual, everything that got transcribed added up to be over 26,000 words, which is ample for a book, right?
Can you remember, and maybe I could just Google this in terms of what, how many words per page for a typical book? Let me see.
200 off the top of my head, isn't it? Around about 200 per page.
250 to 300 words. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're talking a 100-page book for your course.
They're called sort of micro books. So these sort of books can be sat down and read in one sitting, and that's the way that people want to sort of do things these days. But the other thing that we're seeing it done so often now, like these launches come out, and people are writing books to as the lead magnets,
right?
Part of their funnel into their high price courses. Right now, usually when they're doing a launch, we're talking like these courses can sell for $1,000, $2,000. Usually, when they go into that much work, they are like a higher price course. But we can do the same thing with our courses, and this is what I'm doing with mine, as you can see. So I'm doing the book. The book is going to be probably one of the major magnets. Firstly, it can sit up on Amazon, but it can be used as a giveaway, because in the very front of the book, in the introduction, they're going to learn that this book is based on a course and a link to the sales page of that course, right? And then throughout the book, we might talk about some worksheets, some supplementary video. And if they want those worksheets and supplementary videos, they get directed by a link from your book over to a landing page on your website where they opt in with email address and name to access the supplementary information that you offered in your book. Then that puts them into an email sequence, then a marketing email sequence, which will then be obviously promoting your course, right? No, your paid course. So it's definitely something that you want to start working on. It's going to take time, but there are definitely ways that you can save time.
Well, I'm thinking through the process. In fact, I'm going to write down the process. Maybe, let's see.
And then if you can't afford an editor, you can buy Grammarly.
Yeah.
And then if you sort of get Grammarly going, it's going to go through. It's going to rip because this hasn't been edited. This has just been, the transcription's just been tidied up, but it's going to go through and it's going to come up with all suggestions for editing. There's 115 critical issues in these short pages. You know, some of them are very small, like putting a dash in here, a hyphen, or whatever. Some, like in some cases, if it feels like it will actually suggest a different sentence, right, to make it read better, or it will tell you, like, here's something that you've got to do here. I'm talking in passive voice, so you can go through here and use that one. And there's another tool that I just learnt from Ray Edwards. Just picked up on another one of his trainings the other day. Is don't know that. This one. It's called Hemingway. It's extremely expensive. So I come back here. Hemingway. All right. So there's a. And sorry, I'm melting here. Might have to sort of block the camera while I mop the sweat off my brow. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Man, if I could run the aircon. Anyway, this app now I can
turn it on and see if it may not be too loud.
We'll see how we run. Okay.
Yeah, I can't even hear it on my end if it's already running.
Okay, we'll see how we go. So here I can actually import from a text document, or I can just start typing. I can just start typing straight into the document here, or I can bring a file, import a file in from Word, and bring that one in. And now here you can see that 21 of 220 sentences are very hard to read, so we're going to have to either reword or split them up. Phrases of similar alternatives, so I can hover over. It's saying replace retain with keep, right? Because once again, we want to make our wording as simple as possible. So it will tell me about adverbs to get rid of adverbs. Right, prior to, it says replace with before. So this is another good way to sort of edit.
And that's called Hemingway.
Hemingway. Now I said it's there's a web-based app that's free. If you want the version to run on your PC or your Mac, you've got to put your hand in your pocket and spend an entire, I think it's $9.95 or something, $9.95.
Oh. Oh, so it's really inexpensive. Okay.
Really inexpensive.
So what's the difference between this and Grammarly?
Just probably a different approach. Just different approach to the application of editing rules and that like I saw on Ray Edwards' video that he was demonstrating. He runs both Grammarly and Hemingway as well.
Okay.
Though he did sort of recommend putting your stuff through Hemingway. He didn't mention Grammarly. So
okay.
But then see here the grade. Obviously, you want to get that down lower, right? So keep it around grade 5 or 6 is very readable.
Okay.
But the thing is that, you know, as we
That's amazing.
As we work through this, so if I want to take the red out of this paragraph here, so in this section, we're going to look at why you need to improve your marketing skills. And this thing we're going to improve your marketing skills and the mindsets you'll need to take your. See, I have absolutely no. So that would probably have to even be totally reworded. And this is this one here. Now, if you are struggling to find enough clients or you can't seem to get your existing clients to commit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
That's amazing.
Because see, now it's already changed color because I took out that word. If you're struggling to find enough clients, now the yellow's gone. So if you can't seem to get your existing clients to commit to come in and have regular treatments with you, if you're caught in the vicious cycle of offering your services, if you're caught in the vicious cycle of offering discounted services, just to keep, see the yellows come back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're caught, just to, because these are, if you're having, so as we can see, because these are sort of, these are basically lead statements into it. So if this is your problem, this is your problem, this is your problem. Mm-hmm. If you're having, if you're on that horrible roller, up one week and down the next. See, we're changing colours all over the place, right? But you get the idea. So that's the way that you can make your copy more readable. And you put anything through this. You can put any copy. So whether it's email copy, whether it's your sales letter, anything you want, you can put through this and make it more readable.
So help me think through a process, because what I want to be able to do, and I think this would be really helpful to anybody listening, because when you think about, all right, so we've got to take the audio out. We've got to get it into VoiceBase. In fact, I'm going to write this down. So we've got to rip audio from course module. Because here's my goal, Tim, is I want to be able to take this process to make a book, because to me, this will replicate. I can start taking podcast episodes. I mean, I can start doing this with everything. And so if I want to take this and replicate this into a book, then what I want to do is I mean, I'm a process guy, so I want to take and process it so that our virtual assistant team can start doing this. So I need to rip the audio from the course module itself.
Yes.
Once I do that into MP3 form, is that right?
Any audio. I think the VoiceBase accepts most audio formats. So okay. I usually rip out to WAV, but you could do MP3.
Okay. All right. So and then get that into VoiceBase, and so I'm literally going to do this real time. So I've got export audio only. So my QuickTime player will actually export for me directly to MP3. So I'm going to go products, Family Vision, video modules, audio only. Okay, so Family Vision module Okay, so that's ripping right now. All right, then I want to upload that to voicebase.com. So I'm going to need to get an account, put account into LastPass so I can share it, and then upload to VoiceBase. So is it just a simple kind of drag and drop?
Yeah, you just select files. I don't know whether you drag and drop whether it opens up a selection box for you, but it's basic as.
Okay.
I think you select the files that you want, and it's sort of just like you just keep on add a file, add a file, add a file, and then once you've added all the files that you want, you go start upload. You just click the start upload button. It will automatically select that you requested a machine transcription, because you can request a human to transcribe, but obviously that's going to cost you dollars and it's going to take longer, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I received the text file back from voicebase.com.
Yep.
Then once I have that text file, then I've got to go through and kind of do an initial
tidy up.
Initial.
Because it's not going to like. You want your book to be conversational, so working off the audio is a good start because it is conversational and it's got all the information there that you want. But you find that when it comes to the book, things have got to be written differently. Like even when you're talking about a subject, like the man, whatever, when we're talking about it, we might just mention it once at the very beginning of our statement. We can say, no, the man wore a blue hat and blah blah blah. He did this. He worked here. He did this. But no, 3 or 4 paragraphs down, we're still talking about the same man. But because it's been conversational, the person still knows because of that follow on. Whereas when we're actually writing, we've still got to be sort of more clear and specific about who that person is that we're writing about. So that's where you've got to sort of change things a bit in the text, just to make sure that there's no we don't leave people wondering about what is this actually pertaining to. We've always got to make that clear.
Okay, so I'm actually signing up for VoiceBase right now. All right, so my password's not valid. Of course it's not.
It's got to be 17,000 characters long.
Golly. I love and hate passwords. Okay, sign up. I think I've got it now. Okay, dear Scott. Okay, so email should be coming through. We'll wait on that to come through. Okay, yep. So I received the text file. Initial cleanup. I put turn into paragraphs, make it conversational, remove any filler like, hey,
exactly.
It's Monday or whatever. And then add book-based grammar/content. Grammar/content. Okay. Now, then I want to take initial cleanup draft and drop it in Hemingway editor. Go back and get this link. HemingwayApp.com. So, and I'll send this to you, by the way, so you can have this as well. Do you have a virtual assistant?
Not yet. It's just me.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get one because, man, as I said, I'm just not getting things done.
Yeah, Tim, you're gonna, and this is pot calling the kettle black. 6 months ago, I wasn't gonna, hire anybody, and I actually just had I've got an ebook actually that I put together. It's just nothing but blog post. I'll send it to you about this. There are 14 steps that I took to hire a virtual assistant, to hire Abby out of the Philippines, and it's been fantastic. So okay, so take initial cleanup draft and drop it into Hemingway editor. Okay, and then once we do that, we want to obviously continue to clean up. Okay, so I've got the initial cleanup draft. I drop it in a Hemingway editor, continue to clean up. Okay.
Now you want to also write an introduction in that first, because when you turn this into a Kindle book, they're going to be able to look at the first 10% of it for free, right? So any promotional stuff that you want to put into that is going to be in that first 10%. So that's when we say, this book is based on an actual course called How to Create a Family Vision. And if you're interested in that or learning more about that course, go to this page, which would obviously point to your main sales page. And then even a little bit further down through the introduction, you could say, to get your bonus workbooks and supplemental videos, click on this link. Now, whether or not because people say, but no, why do you put that in the first 10%? No, if they don't buy the book, why should they get the bonuses? And saying, well, the book is just bait, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whether you're selling it for 99 cents or $2.99, if somebody's going to give you their email address to get the bonuses without buying the book, and then they go into your funnel, and then they go into your marketing campaign, and they and they eventually get persuaded to say, yeah, this is actually a course for me, and they spend $97 or more.
Yeah.
Then did it really matter they didn't buy the $2.99 book?
Right.
The $2.99 book?
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
So that's that sort of stuff you put towards the front, so that the people who are in to have a look at what's inside, when you go to Amazon and click on what's inside, they see those links, and if they're curious, they click the links, they actually get something and go, let's just have a look at the worksheets and the supplemental video. Here's my, they might end up buying the book, they might not, who cares? You built a list. And and with the book, now you've got something tangible when you go on your podcast interviews. Right? That's your marketing.
Okay. I got you. That makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and upload here in fact, I'll put this, let me pull this up so people can see what's going on. All right. So I'm in VoiceBase now, and I'm clicked the upload button here. So I'm going to go find my file. Drag, drop, 10 megs, start upload. Okay, so it's asking me some stuff. Sheen.
Yep, that's it. Perfect.
Okay.
Because you don't want you don't want your transcript or audio being put out there for the world to see. So you want it to stay private.
Oh, okay.
You want it English, and you only want a machine transcription.
Okay.
So now that's uploading, and they say it can take up to 2 hours. It's never taken up to 2 hours for me. It's usually if you check back in about 5-10 minutes in your inbox, it will say that your transcription's done.
Okay, cool. So all right. So here's the process so far. Rip audio from course module into an MP3, and I'm going to put. You can use either QuickTime or what was the one you had shown me? Something Ripper.
Yeah, I can't see it because you're sharing your screen. It's a
okay. Hit escape on your keyboard.
I'm a PC dude. Hang on, I've got options. I have options. Okay, it's cool. Okay, it's a mine's called Free Video Mp3 Converter, and I just see if it's part of a whole suite put out by, if I close it, and it comes up with it should come up with a little, do you want to buy the, it's not coming up. Because they do free DVD video conversions and MP4 video converter and JPEG. So that's another really neat trick. You can use the JPEG converter, and you can get it to capture every so many frames. So if you want to use snapshots from your course to illustrate your book, you can actually have this snapshot out of your videos at so many frames per second, whatever, and choose from that.
Okay.
But yeah, they can just. I'll put the actual link to that in the show notes, because.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we rip the audio, we upload it to VoiceBase. We receive text file back from VoiceBase. Do an initial cleanup. take the initial cleanup, drag and drop in Hemingway, write an introduction, and then I guess we also, do we write some sort of, because we've got, I guess include link, course, and offer in your introduction. And then, from a conclusion, I assume we've got to write some sort of conclusion.
Yeah, you got to write a little author's bio, like about the author and that sort of stuff as well.
Okay. I'm going to put additional content.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to go on and just look at some of the formats that some of the other, I can send you PDF based stuff that other instructors have done.
Okay. All right. And then once we do that, and we've got, all right, so let's say we've got our final draft done. Then we do book cover, Canva for image.
Well, once again, we'd... Of
course, I've got the course image. I guess we would use that.
Yeah, but you've just got to be very careful with the images that you use, that they do look professional, because some of the stuff that can come out, it can look like it is self-published, and even though it is self-published, we don't want it to look like it's self-published.
Yeah.
So sometimes this is where if you're going to spend dollars, these are the places where you would spend dollars, either at 99 Designs or Fiverr, as long as you found somebody. You can find somebody quite good on Fiverr with a bit of research, that you're probably better off going down that track just to make it look really polished.
Okay, so create or generate. We need to generate a 3D image for promotion.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, the 3D image is easy once you get the actual cover design done, because you got to understand that when people are scanning through Amazon, it's your cover that's going to catch their attention first, and then they're going to look at the title, then they're going to look at the subtitle, then they're going to decide to click the fonts and more information. So getting a good cover is absolutely paramount, right? It's a big thing.
Okay. All right. So, all right, we've got all that in place. Then, all right, so that's how to turn the course into the book. Then we probably need to, you're going to have to teach me from there how to get that book up on Amazon from a promotional standpoint, because I don't have a clue about that. And
that's all part of also the title and the subtitle. The subtitle has to appear on the book cover. Like if you want to use a subtitle for SEO, that subtitle has also got to appear on the book cover. If you want to use a subtitle in your description and that sort of stuff. So we'll go through all that, because I said this once again, this is a crash course. We're talking about this for 45 minutes, but we're going to talk more about this. But we're just going to get the process started, because then we've also got to get you can upload a PDF to Amazon, but reports I've heard is that the book doesn't look great. And once again, we want it to look sharp. So there is other software. There's a software package called Scrivener, but there's that stuff that I'm even doing my own research. I'm going to be asking a few questions, whether Amazon's PDF conversion has improved along the way, whether we have to go back through things called Scrivener, because Scrivener does there's a bit of a learning curve there. So, but these are things that we'll work through together, because I'm on exactly the same path. I'm just a little bit further ahead on the cleanup and tidy up than you, but I'm on the same path there with the book. Okay,
good. And that's something that the mastermind that I'm leading can help with. I've got two guys that are they've both got multiple books on Amazon, and I mean, both of them are they're making reasonable income, not full-time income, but reasonable supplemental. Hey, by the way, the text is already back. So what was that, 3 minutes, I think?
Yeah.
So the text is back. So we would then take that and,
yeah, see, there's that little download here. Can you see my mouse?
Okay. Right there.
Yeah, and then you download it in RTF format, not PDF, because you want to be able to edit it.
Okay. Oh, that is fantastic. Wow. Okay. So then I want to take it, and the way that I'm going to let's see. I'm going to go to my products, family vision, video modules. So I've got the video. I'm going to do video, and then take all my videos here, put them in that folder. I've got audio, and then I'm going to do text only. And so that way I can open another Finder here, new Finder window, take the download and run it to text. Let's see if this opens up or how it opens up.
It'll look pretty scary.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that does look scary. Okay.
It doesn't read like, I know, and the punctuation looks a bit weird, but if you look at it, it's not too bad. You're Scott Levy. You're not Scott Beebe. You're Scott Levy. But outside of that, you're yep, that's me.
Yeah, I've got a little caricature on there.
And so, and that stuff obviously that you take out, and instead of talking modules, you'll be talking chapters and stuff like so. So those are just little shifts and changes, but overall, it's a good starting point. It gives you something to start with and just massage.
Yeah. This right here, ADHD. That's ADHD, and it's ADHD. That's funny. Okay, that's great. So let me close that out. All right, so we've got that. We've got our process for how to turn it into a book. Man, this is really, let me share that with you.
See, that could be turned into a once we get those final steps about whether we're going to use Scrivener or whatever, that could be turned into a infographic,
a PDF. Yeah, how to turn a course into a book. Wow. The 9 steps to turning a course into a book. Wow.
Lead
okay. Yeah.
Maybe we should turn the recording off. Here we go. This is where we go ninja on the podcast.